This is FYI News 13 Sports.
Hip party hats out and on, people. Here's our final story about Chicago Cubs manager Joe Maddon's homecoming. It starts at the annual fundraiser for the Hazleton Integration Project that features a number of celebrities coming together for the cause. Some people don't like to talk about work at parties. Tim Kirkjian makes a living as a baseball analyst for ESPN. He didn't mind talking shop during his visit for the Hazleton Integration Project's fundraiser at the Valley Country Club in Sugarloaf. The entire series between the Cleveland Indians and the Cubs, including the dramatic Game 7 finish, helped remind everyone why America's pastime is still a primetime star.
I'm going to try not to overstate this, but I think Game 7 was the greatest, biggest, and most important night in Major League history. When you look at how many people watched that game, 50 million people watched that game. We've never had dueling, droughts like that, 1908 and 1948. We've never had storylines like the Indians and the Cubs and Terry Francona, and Theo Epstein and Joe Maddon and Corey Kluber and everything else was going on. And then you get this iconic Game 7, one of the greatest games I've ever seen, and I've seen a few of them. At the end of the night, you just have to say that was unforgettable on so many different levels, and I think, to repeat, that was, to me at least, the biggest night in Major League history, because this might be the springboard for baseball starting to take off and making a slight dent in the monolith that is football in this country.
The man helping lead baseball into the future describes himself as old school. Joe Maddon has a knack for getting the most out of young players, but he also has the respect of many of baseball's greats. That included the late Yogi Berra. Berra even made a stop in Hazleton for one of Maddon's events, and now his son and granddaughter help carry on the tradition. We asked Berra's oldest son what his dad liked about Maddon.
He's the type of manager that still, he uses his own instincts. He takes his own information. He doesn't listen. He listens to people, but then comes up with his own ideas. He doesn't follow suit. He plays instinct. He doesn't always shift on a guy all the time. He does different things. But Dad was more of a situation guy too. I'd watch a game with my father, and he would be 3 innings ahead of me.
Former heavyweight champion of the world Tim Witherspoon helped get the Hazleton Area Boxing Club off the ground at HIP's Hazleton One Community Center. The club has since moved from the center, and Witherspoon has also moved on, helping train boxers as far away as England. But he was back in the Hazleton area on this night to meet with Maddon.
I just called him champ. On the way up, when we was driving up, I said I'm gonna call him champ when I meet him, and he could relate to how it feels. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to become champion, and then you have everybody just screaming all over you in your hometown. It's just a great feeling. I'm sure that he's really feeling really good right now.
Joe, 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 Joe!
Maddon, who was a star athlete growing up in Hazleton, says his high school coaches and his mother Beanie wouldn't let him get a big head. Sure, now he hangs out with superstars like Bill Murray, but one time he ran into my buddy Mike at Third Base Luncheonette in Hazleton and took some time to talk baseball with him.
I think that this town brings a toughness and an accountability. I think that's what it really comes down to. I know that if I screwed up, I'm getting licking. I knew that I was going to get licking. If I didn't own up to it.
The stage is getting bigger and the spotlight even brighter, but Maddon still refuses to forget where he came from.
And whereas no matter how important, famous, or busy Joe becomes, he never forgot where he came from or where he truly is important. In witness hereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal of the city of Hazleton to be affixed the 17th day of December in the year of the Lord 2016. Joe Maddon Day.
The HIP holiday events wrapped up with Thanksmas, the meal for those in need on Sunday at the community center. Check out a special Out of Left Field about Maddon and the Cubs, and that will debut on Monday here on SSPTV and SSPTV.com.